position?
My name is Brian Connor, and my technical position is instructional technologist.
So, what are your reactions when encountering a new technical device, such as an app, online strategy, or new computing technology tool?
Well, I usually get pretty excited, actually, because as part of my job is to incorporate new apps, new technology into the classrooms. And with the rollout of these two new campuses that we're currently building, the new campuses will have new interactive display panels, new document cameras, all kinds of new things. So I'm usually excited about those things.
Awesome. So, please describe your access to high-speed internet and current mobile, online, and other learning technologies.
Well, I am fortunate enough to live in Azle, and we are a rural community, and several people don't have access to high-speed internet. I, however, am not one of those. I do have cable internet available at my house. We have high-speed internet available on all of our school campuses, so I have access to those things without, a cell phone or a hotspot.
So, what online, mobile, or other instructional technologies, such as social media, mobile technologies, video conferencing, online learning, are you currently utilizing for your professional life and personal life?
Well, professionally, we use all of those things. We are a one-to-one school district, which means all of our students have iPads available to them, grades K through 12. So we also have, that would definitely be a mobile technology, I would think. Social media is a little bit different. While we do encourage our campuses to utilize social media just to let our stakeholders know of things that we have coming up, maybe we don't allow that for students, at least on our network. On their personal devices, we have no control over that. But because that's kind of a tricky one, because social media is online bullying and things like that. That's a big thing right now that for some reason seems like the schools are being held responsible for. So we definitely don't let students do that. And depending on the campus, again, some of the principals are more apt to use social media than others. Video conferencing, we do use video conferencing a lot at the elementary schools, actually. We have things called like mystery Skypes and things where we'll have an author or someone get online and the class will they'll ask questions to determine who's on the other end. And they'll also do Skypes with other classrooms, say from other countries or other school districts. So we do use those things quite often. Online learning, well, as I mentioned, we are a one-to-one school district, so online learning is becoming more prominent, especially at our secondary levels. We use something, it's really a blended learning framework, which means the teachers will post a lot of the materials online, but they'll also cover a lot of the materials in class, so that those students, if they're absent or something, they still have access to all the work and lessons. But if they're in class, they get it in a traditional fashion.
How, if at all, does your use of these tools help your work-life balance? How do you make more efficient and/or effective?
Well, personally, I like the online tools being available for our students, and I realize many of our students don't understand the power of the devices that we've given them. In a sense that I gave you a device that has Google on it. You can find the answer to any question that you have. Okay. When I was in school, we had to go to the library, and they had like encyclopedias, and there's one computer that had internet, but I don't even think Google was a thing then. So I think that it definitely helps the students, but again, they don't necessarily see the benefit of the device yet. They're still kind of, this thing plays games. It's fantastic. But I think once they realize what they have, it definitely makes their learning, I would say, more efficient, because they're able to find the information that they need in a much quicker fashion than a traditional, book setting.
So what new online, mobile, or other instructional technologies would you like to utilize to empower teaching and learning?
That one's tough. We're very fortunate that we have a lot of things available to us. So some of the things that I would like to see us utilize maybe is some different devices. Right now we're using iPads exclusively for our students, but I would love to see some Chromebooks in the mix. Maybe even do the Google Apps for Education, so I'll issue our students Google accounts so they have unlimited storage and access to district email and things like that. I think that would benefit our students as well.
How will you, or do you currently, address any anticipated challenges such as lack of access in implementing your chosen technologies?
Well, that one is a little bit tough, because as I mentioned earlier, we do have not a huge population of students that don't have access to internet, but we do have students that don't have access to internet, and that one is kind of a hurdle for us to overcome. And currently, as a school district, we don't do anything to provide internet for those students.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see at some point us being able to have hotspots or things like that we can issue to students maybe over a weekend, or if they have an assignment due, they can check one out for overnight or something like that. It's a little bit difficult on that because, we do have to have SIPA compliant filtering,
Mm-hmm.
which is the Children's Internet Protection Act. Because we can't just send the kids home with internet so they can have access to anything that they want. And they do have a few technologies on the market that would allow us to do that. We're just not quite there yet.
Is there anything else you would like to share with me about this topic?
No, I think I've told you more than you probably ever wanted to hear. It's an exciting topic to me. Obviously, I deal with it a lot at my job here. And, yeah, if you have any other questions, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to provide info.